Hey, Austin.
What's up, man?
You know what time it is?
What time is it? Is it time for
It's
our show?
Halloween time.
Halloween.
Podcast. Two guys talking without wearing
I
pants.
can never remember if they can see us or not.
Podcast.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Take our ideas.
Welcome to the Pantless podcast. Now for your host, Austin and Travis. Take it away, guys.
What?
And we're here.
Who was that?
That was obviously you,
Oh,
Travis,
there he is.
because
Oh yeah.
you're the one who does it always. So
Cheers.
this. Cheers. I don't have a beverage on me.
Oh,
This is
my
terrible.
bad.
But here, I got you.
Cheers.
Here's my glass to you.
Welcome. Season
Nobody can
5,
see yours either.
Episode 7. Welcome
7,
back.
we did it.
Welcome back. I don't know why I'm so excited. It's just-
Welcome back. Because this is a good one. We
Yeah.
watched CreepShow.
Oh,
We've
man.
had some.
Man,
There are no longer any undefeated football teams in the NFL.
there are not.
Fantasy basketball is super tight. Like every game is close.
Except for my game, which I'm starting to kind of distance myself from my opponent. But
well, just now. But I mean,
yeah,
tomorrow will be different. Yeah, tomorrow will be
Hey,
different. So
no spurts yet. How are you?
no spurts. Man, I am great. Absolutely great.
Doing?
How are you?
Fantastic. I am doing great.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. Have you? I noticed you were playing a new game. What is that?
It's not a new game. It's a game I've had for years, and it came out in the early 2000s. It's an older game. It's called Stronghold Crusader.
Stronghold? I've never even heard of it. It's a PC game, I'm assuming.
Yeah. It's a.
Okay.
It's
Yeah, that's one.
What?
That's if it wasn't like StarCraft or Age of Empires or Sims, I wouldn't know what. I'm not a PC gamer.
It plays similar to a StarCraft or Age of Empires. It's a top-down RTS, real-time strategy, and it's more of a castle builder than it is a. It's almost like a. I'm trying to think, because you have to manage. You have to manage your people, like your peasants. You're a king. Or a lord, and you have to manage your peasants. You have to keep them fed, make them happy. Then you have to build your armies while also keeping your people happy. And I'm running the scenarios against the AI right now.
Okay.
So, I've just been playing.
So it's just like practice for when you take over the world.
Yes.
Basically what it is.
Yes.
Yeah. So when you become our lord, you will, be able to rule us properly, and there won't be so many people at the beginning wanting to revolt against you. All hail Travis!
Not happening.
No, not there yet. Okay, just kidding. Just kidding. So I've learned that there are certain words that get us flagged in YouTube and could get our show canceled, and so. I kind of want to say them, but I kind of don't at the same time. I just want to test it, but I'm not going to. But we can talk about that afterwards if we ever want to test it. So what are we going to go? What are we going to talk about first? Are we going to do video games, fantasy sports, movies?
I have a feeling there was something in the video game market. Oh, yes, you want to talk video games?
Dude, sure.
So, have you heard about the big game leak and game rumor going around right now?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay. Let me find the tweet.
What are we talking about?
WB Games. There's been a game released, leaked out. It's called Warner Bros. Multiverse.
Warner Bros. Multiverse?
Yeah, Warner Brothers.
Okay.
It's going to be a fighting game, like a Smash Brothers or...
Oh, okay. Already bored.
But it's rumored
It's
to
to be
have...
like Harry Potter versus Batman.
It's going to have Steven Universe, Adventure Time, Batman / Harley Quinn, Superman, Wonder Woman, Gandalf, Rick and Morty, Tom and Jerry, Bugs Bunny. I've also saw rumors of Shaggy from Scooby Doo.
Oh, he's gonna be OP.
Yeah. But all in a 2v2, like.
A 2v2, interesting.
Did you ever play Marvel vs. Capcom series?
Oh, that kind of 2v2. Okay. So you
yeah,
could like
you
swap them out. It's 1v1, but you have a backup player you can swap out while you're in the mid. Okay.
When you're in a character select, you select 2 characters.
Yeah, okay.
And they tag team in and out.
Okay.
But it's going to be like Warner Brothers characters.
Okay.
It's rumored to be coming out next year. But every time anybody tweet, like this tweet that I'm looking at, and if you checked our Twitter, I actually retweeted this with my personal account, then liked it with our account. So I forgot to retweet it with ours so I can find it easier. The guy that was actually leaking it or reporting on it, he posted an image of the character select, and Warner Brothers actually took that picture down. They copyright striked the picture off Twitter, which I'd never seen that happen before.
Oh, so yeah, if they're gonna copyright strike it, then there might be some there might be something to it. Okay, interesting.
Oh, by the way, before we started, I meant to tell you what I was drinking here.
Yeah, what are you drinking? I still can't see what you're doing this to me, and I don't understand what this means.
It's just
hang
normal,
loose.
It's just normal coffee.
Okay.
With Kahlua. No, not Kahlua.
Oh.
It's got rum in it.
Rum. Just say it. Rum.
Rum chata. I think rum chata.
Oh, rum chata.
Rum chata.
I love me some rum chata.
Yeah,
rum chata is really good in hot chocolate.
It's really good in this.
I bet. I got a new energy drink, and I was going to drink it before the show so I could be nice and peppy. But one of our No, I already drank. I drank that one this morning. That was terrible. Yeah, but I got another one called Bucked Up Energy, and I heard that it will. If I drink it like right before the show, I'll be up until tomorrow morning. And so they're like, "Yeah, you better not," because like they were saying, like their whole body was shaking and their face was numb. It's basically a pre-workout, but marketed as an energy drink. So I was like, "Yeah, I'll save that one for tomorrow." That'll be my morning wake up. But yeah, I did see there was some. I'm getting excited about this Arceus game, man.
Yeah.
I'm ready for it to come out. Have you decided? Are you getting the Diamond or Pearl?
I told you I was going to, since I got my capture card, which I've barely been using.
Okay, well, let me know what you're getting. I don't know when it comes out, but I told you that when you get it, I'm going to get the other one. So
I'm having no luck here.
It's sometime in November, and November is coming up. We're just by the time this show releases, it'll be November. So I need to know this stuff.
I think this episode will actually drop
November 1.
November 1st, yeah, which is our last Halloween episode, but it's dropping November 1st. If now that's not gonna happen because I generally don't.
Yeah, it's
November 19th is
19th. Okay.
Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl.
So I've got a couple weeks that if you're gonna pick one, I'm gonna drop some money in every week.
So
I've got 3. I can drop $20 over the next 3 weeks and get it. So you let me know what you're getting.
I want Brilliant Diamond.
You want Diamond? Okay. All right.
Just going off the box art and the legendary.
You want that Dialga?
Yeah.
Okay.
The box art looks cooler. I don't really want him, but
yeah. Sweet. All right. I'm going Pearl.
God dang, November is gonna just ruin me because there's too many games coming out that I'm looking to pick up this month. At least, or too many that I want to play, because one's going to be on Game Pass that comes out next week or the week after. It comes out the 8th. That's Forza Horizon 5 comes out on Game Pass on the 8th.
Mm-hmm.
Farming Sim 22 comes out, I think November 22nd.
So when you play Farming Sim, are you like all organic, or are you a GMO guy? How do you?
I just plant
Or do you get to
crops and I
choose?
harvest them.
But
No.
we don't know. Like, do you use pesticides?
Oh yeah, all of them. Yeah.
You do. Okay.
All
Okay.
of them. Yeah.
So you're not
heaviest-
certified organic.
No, gosh, no.
Okay. Okay.
I grow the stuff
Because-
that makes you grow one of these, nice and strong.
Right. We're not going to
Maybe
have
an
any
extra one
cockroaches.
on
We're not
our-
going to have any cockroaches jumping out of our throats because
No.
we ate your corn and they
God.
had them on
No,
there.
not right now. No,
You know. You know. You know.
Wow. So,
Oh.
yeah,
yeah.
it's just a big month. I think the next 3 months are huge months for gaming.
Yeah.
Like, everything's coming out.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
Let's. Yeah. It's gonna be tough. We're having to be
and
having to be very disciplined.
I've never
Very disappointing.
really played Diamond and Pearl. I think I played lightly,
Mhm.
like on the 3DS years ago. But I thought the game was boring and I didn't like it. Plus, I have a hard time playing on my DS.
Yeah.
So, I'll give it a try this time. We'll see. That's about all the gaming news I've got.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything else really.
So we were talking fantasy basketball.
Yeah.
This is I think this is going to be a tougher league because last year the top 4 kind of became pretty clear cut. Almost like,
Eventually the Final Four was the obvious Final Four, but for a long time it wasn't so obvious. The top 5.5, like there was 5 teams that were really battling with a 6th team having opportunities, but yeah, eventually the Final Four was pretty obvious, by far the most strong, the most competitive, and really any of those 4 teams could have won it all, just depending on just COVID and their players. It was really up in the air. It was anybody's between those 4 is anybody. But now, I don't know.
you know what sucks is that the Twins could come out of week 2 the only remaining undefeateds
It could happen.
because Mark's currently beating you.
Right.
David's
Last I saw, he had me by 14 points, though.
It's 10:43 to 9:33.
Okay, so he's got quite a jump on me. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe all my teams are playing on the West Coast. I haven't checked in a while.
David's beating the Kings, and I'm beating Iceland.
Okay.
So we're gonna have a lot of 1-1s, and only 2. Well, I think we're guaranteed to have no more than 2 undefeateds because 2 of them are playing right now. That's you and Mark.
Gotcha.
So I'm just glad I got my loss out of the way early, so I don't have that stress of,
Yeah.
Yeah,
You don't have to
It's
win it all
nice.
now. It's just now you just win.
it's nice to go undefeated, but it's nice to get that one loss out of the way so I can just steamroll you guys the rest of the season.
Right.
So,
Yep.
And I'm not happy with LeBron James.
No.
That guy.
Oh man, I was so excited to see Oklahoma City beat them. Oh, I loved that so much.
Yeah, I don't really care who wins and loses each game. I just want players to score points.
Right. But you got to pull for our Oklahoma City Thunder, man. You got to. I mean, you're not really a basketball guy, but you live in Oklahoma. So pull for the Thunder.
I do.
Just do it.
They suck.
Just do it. Yes, they suck, but when they beat the Lakers, then you have to be like, yay. Just be happy, sir.
Okay,
Just
I'm
be
happy.
happy.
I'm happy.
Okay, thank you.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right, go on.
I was talking to a guy at work, and he was saying that LeBron's real bad about sitting out multiple games. Just
Oh yeah,
like I
because
guess
he's old and he wants to rest his body.
old,
Yeah.
he'll play 3 or 4 games and he'll sit out 1 or 2, or if they have double header where they have back-to-back games, he'll play the first one but not the second game.
Yeah.
But it's like, well, that's frustrating for fantasy.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then the threat of Jokic possibly being out for season.
That's hilarious. That is awesome.
Just gonna lose it.
Because I was looking back. Did Mark make that? Did he was like a prophet? Did he say that in our football league? Because I'm pretty sure he said Jokic is going to hurt himself. But I wanted to say that he said that in our football chat.
He did.
Okay. And I was like, oh, that's hilarious. Hilarious.
Speaking of football, my almighty defense gave me 1 point last night.
Oh gosh.
So you've already got a leg up on me going into Sunday.
Oh, we're playing each other in football? I didn't even notice.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
No, I really didn't. I haven't.
You're up 17-7 right now. I've already had two on my roster play. You've had one,
wow.
And you're up by 10
okay.
already.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just getting stretched thin on fantasy. Like, I've got 2 football leagues, a basketball and a hockey league,
no, you had
and
2 footballs. I thought you just had the one that we're doing.
No, I've got one with my family too, and so I just don't even look at who I'm playing. I'm just like I check my roster each day for each team, and then plug the players that are in there. If they're out, then remove them, and I just don't even have time to study or anything. I'm just like, it's just too much. There's too many teams.
I wish I could have caught you last week when I had my best game and you had half your roster on bye. I was researching this week and I'm like, I had Saturday or Sunday of last week. I was like, what's Austin got going next week? And I saw that you had everybody on bye the week before you played me, like half your roster. Like, well, that sucks. But I'm gonna give it everything. Hopefully, I've got some of these guys that had great games, have good games again.
You never know. You picked up that stud running back for Cleveland. He might do something.
Chubb's possibly back this week.
Oh, okay.
But Kareem Hunt isn't.
So he might get some secondary roles. He could shine.
Because of what he did last week, and they are playing Pittsburgh.
Yeah, this isn't the college team. This is the Steelers.
But they're playing Pittsburgh, which can be kind of a dumpster fire.
They've been weird. Pittsburgh has they I don't know. Yeah, I can't. That's the only way I can say it. It's weird.
So
could be good, but they've been weird. Weird. That's all I'm going to say. Weird.
Man, I picked up Devonta Smith off of free agency after somebody dropped him. Whoever drafted him dropped him. He's that Heisman Trophy winner out of Alabama.
Yeah.
For the Eagles, and he's not done much. Oh, Mark drafted him and then dropped him a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, I'll take a chance. It's not like I'm winning this league. I'll take a chance at possibly getting a late season stud here, and yeah, he still hasn't done much. I think he had.
I thought you were gonna say like scored 30 or something.
No, he scored 12 points the week he was on free agent. He was a free agent before I picked him up. Again, when they played Kansas City, he scored 12. I'm like, ooh, he could be good. He might be. And then he scored 7.7, 3.1, and 6.1 since I picked him up. It's like, thanks, bro. Killing it. It's getting frustrating. I'm somehow winning in hockey, so
nice.
It's kind of been a slow week for stuff to talk about, except for our movie.
Yes,
our movie.
So I got some bad news for you.
Oh, what's your bad news?
I can't find it on Common Sense Media.
No. Really?
I don't want to wait.
And did you do the back door thing?
Yes,
Or you
and
try-
it wants to bring. It wants to. I guess there's one coming out this year. I guess they're remaking it. There's a CreepShow 2021 coming out. It's called CreepShow
okay.
Season 1. That's what kept
So it's
popping
gonna
up
be
on
like it's gonna be
Metacritic.
like a TV show.
I don't know, but every time I try to pull it up,
It's just not. Well, that's fine because I've got some pretty detailed notes. I sat with my phone and I had my notes open and I was looking for our Common Sense Media categories. So, Common Sense Media, if you would like a review of Creepshow, hit me up. I've got a pretty detailed review. I don't know if you... Oh gosh, it doesn't want to see it. Look at that. Look at that. It doesn't want to show you my notes.
no,
That
we
is
don't
so
want to see your
creepy.
notes.
Look, there it is. Oh,
Okay,
ugh,
so
so
Austin,
close. Okay. Anyway,
remember last week when I said I had something in the works?
yeah.
Well, I have all of the no, I've got 7 of the 7 categories from Common Sense Media wrote down,
Okay.
and I will. I thought I was going to find out Common Sense Media. As we go through it, I'll give you the topic. You give me a star rating, and a deal. But before we get there,
Okay.
Metacritic.
All right.
9
So you found it on Metacritic?
Yeah, I've got it up on Metacritic right now.
Okay.
9 critics.
This didn't see. I think a 48.
59.
A what?
59.
15. Okay. 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 That's reasonable. I didn't think they would like it, but
It's believable.
yeah.
Because reasons. It was kind of all over the place. Because
Right.
I think it may have reviewed bad because it was 5. Because it's like 5 short stories. That none of them really make much sense.
I know.
But
Yeah.
it is labeled. I did see one place label it a horror comedy.
Yeah. I saw that too. I saw.
And there was some comedic side
Just-
to it. Like
It was.
weird
But
comedy.
it was weird. It was like.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny, but it was almost like, did they mean for that to be funny? It was almost like they were trying to be serious, but it just came off funny. But since it was labeled comedy, it makes me think that they were like that on purpose. It was weird.
'Cause that whole,
And like at one point in the movie, my wife was like, "I'm just not into this kind of comedy," and I'm like, "Comedy?"
yeah.
So like she picked up it was supposed to be comedic, but she was just like, "I'm not into it." It's so
Where's
weird.
my cake?
I know. I have a note that says our episode should be called "I Want My Cake."
Ooh, yep, gotcha.
I literally have that as my note. This is what our episode should be.
I'm making my own notes right there.
But yeah, so that was
I
weird.
want
It was
my
weird.
cake.
That was funny.
Okay, so 62 users out of 10.
I think the users gave it a 6.4.
8.7.
Nice. Okay. Get it, users. They liked it.
Just because Ed Harris just looked beautiful in this movie.
Which one was Ed Harris?
He was the husband from the first episode.
Okay, the cowboy type
Cowboy
guy with
guy.
the
Yep.
strike on everything matches. I want some matches
Dude,
like that.
that guy
He-
was just like,
It's like anything. He would just I mean, if your dead mama was next to him, he would have struck a match on her skull. It was
he was
crazy.
leaning against that post and he just reached his hand up and it's like,
Yeah.
the first one when he's sitting in a chair, I literally thought he just rubbed it on thin air. He's just like he flicked it so fast it lit, you know?
I've looked for strike on anything matches. And I can't find them anywhere.
I think you just
Where
have,
do
I
you
think
find
you
them?
just have to be awesome.
No.
So, the critics 6 positive, 3 mixed.
Mhm.
Users 53 positive, 8 mixed, 1 negative.
Ooh,
So
interesting. They had a pretty good review, but still, one of them gave it a negative. Interesting.
one user gave it a negative. and I'm not gonna search through to find said negative. So
nobody cares about the negative Nancy.
Yeah. So, Common Sense Media reviewer Austin is going to give us his.
I'm going to give you the lowdown on this movie.
Okay. So, positive messages.
Definitely not present, not clickable, because I'm not a jerk.
All right. None
nothing to say.
whatsoever.
Nothing to say.
Nothing.
No positive message at all.
That's fair. I like it. Positive role models.
Not present. Not clickable.
Okay.
If I ever give you a clickable, it's a 1. It's at least a 1. Just throwing that out there.
I mean, are you setting standards?
I'm setting standards. I'm sorry.
Violence.
This was pretty campy, and a lot of my ratings were pretty mild until the last one. But
okay, so that last one was just
the last one just broke all of the rules. But I would give the violence. I would have to give it a 4. It's borderline 5, but I'm going to give it a 4. We saw zombies breaking people's necks. There was tons of like scary imagery. We saw monsters eating people. We saw a suicide from a man that was overtaken by an alien.
That was surprising. I didn't expect to see that, but more on that. Keep going.
Okay. We saw water zombies getting shot and they're just like oozy slime pouring out of their holes. We had some dude who just kept imagining his wife getting murdered in all sorts of ways. Like he just walked out into a party and blew a hole through her head, and everybody started applauding him. Like, oh yeah, she deserved it.
Nice shot.
Now that I talk about it, it should have got a 5, but I can't give it a 5 because I've seen Saw, and until something reaches that level, I give it a 4.
I mean,
like I would say a 4.5, because to me a 5 is like the ultimate.
The monster in the box, but that was just almost like cheesy violent, like the gore.
Like you just saw. Yeah, you didn't really see it eating stuff, but you just saw blood everywhere.
And I don't really.
But you never actually saw him. You never actually saw him do anything.
Yeah.
You just saw like people shaking and blood pouring down their bodies and stuff. But yeah, I would give it a 4.5. But yeah.
Oh, I can add a 0.5.
I wouldn't argue. I would argue with a 5, but it's just tough when you only have a 5. Like if it's a perfect score, it's not the most violent movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, and hey, I like it. It's 4 solid stars and 1 kind of half.
Yeah, like I wouldn't. Yeah, like a shaded, like a faint,
star,
a faint 5th star. Yeah,
I like it because most movies aren't a full 0 and most aren't a perfect 5.
Yeah.
Unless there's no positive messages.
Right. Yeah.
So, anything else on that one?
As far as violence, that's all I have.
So I think I know your answer on this next one.
Okay.
Sex.
I would give it a 1.
Really? I would like to know your explanation because.
What did you think I was going to give it?
I'd almost call it not present.
Okay, so a 1. I got 3 reasons. There was at the very beginning there was a reference to that boy finding his dad's sex magazines.
Yeah, I forgot that scene existed.
There was that scene where the hillbilly looked down at his pee-pee and was like, "Oh no, not there!" Like
that was just funny.
It was a pee.
God damn it.
Yeah.
What?
And there was that Billy lady. She made a joke about some man just needing to get laid.
Okay.
And so those 3 things, I gave it a 1. I wouldn't have argued with the not present, but there is enough that I could say, let's give it a 1, because I can't say not present but clickable. I feel ashamed for doing that.
Give her a good old half star.
That would be a shaded 1 star.
Yeah, not quite solid.
If I was
All
a
right.
jerk, I would say not present but clickable.
Yeah. But we have morals.
That's
Language.
right. Language,
sir.
Once again, this was a 3 until the last one, when he just started dropping all of the F-bombs and just was going like racist. And so this was a 4 with a very, very shaded 5th star. So you can call that what you want.
Yeah.
But there were multiple S words, multiple B words, lots of GDs, lots of A words, A-holes. That last one, you didn't hear the F word until the last one, but he dropped it so many times in the last one.
Was there not? I thought there was an F-bomb, like one F-bomb earlier in the show.
There might have been. If there was, I didn't see it or hear it.
You didn't see
but
it?
I didn't see the words. They weren't signing
That's
it.
Fair.
And then, he made that borderline racist comment to that guy about, I don't remember, about colored people being something. But
yeah.
Anyway, yeah, lots of language, especially at the very end. And it just made, because it was at the very end and it just came all at once, it was very in your head.
I get you.
Consumerism, I would have given it probably a 2, just because it was. There was a Godzilla toy in the kid's bedroom.
There was a bunch of actual toys in the bedroom.
I didn't catch all. I did notice a Godzilla, and I noticed
didn't see what else there was, but there was a lot of other stuff. I didn't think to look.
I did notice he had a Dracula poster from Bela Lugosi. What's his name? Bela Lugosi? What's his name? The Dracula guy. There's Dracula poster, and then in that first story, that lady was chugging a bottle of Jim Beam, and it was just like really in your face. This is Jim Beam. Just for how in your face it wasn't very subtle. I gave it a 2. I wouldn't argue with a 1, but the in your faceness, I gave it a 2. Did you notice anything else? I didn't.
Aside from I don't think so.
Like, is CreepShow, is a CreepShow comic a real comic? Like, if that was a real comic, I would have definitely given it a solid 2, or maybe even a 3.
I think it might have became one after, like, in the promotion for the movie, I believe.
Okay.
I'd almost say just the comic book in general being there, promoting comic books.
Right. Because, that comic was there throughout the movie.
Yeah.
So if that was real, it would probably even be a 3, I would think.
We'll keep it a 2. I like it too. Okay. I can agree with that. Drinking, drugs, and smoking.
I would give this one a 3. There was quite a bit of drinking. We already mentioned the Jim Beam. There was quite a bit of drinking, especially at the beginning. We had that guy who was constantly smoking.
Yeah.
We saw lots of champagne throughout the movie and wine. Multiple stories had people. We saw Billy drunk the whole time, like all the time in her story.
Yep.
We saw
driving at one point.
Drinking and driving.
She was just plastered when she was, because she went to go walk back out to her car and she like stumbled across it.
Yeah. And then we saw the hillbilly like making a giant screwdriver, like he got that orange juice and just start pouring vodka in it to try to cure his alien infestation.
Hey, you gotta try something.
No, I gave it a 3 because of all that. It wasn't crazy, but it was definitely noticeably present.
Yeah. This movie would have been hard for me to review fully because of the 5 different stories.
Right.
Because it was just all over the place. So, fun fact, Stephen King was in this movie. He wrote the screenplay. It was his first ever screenplay he ever wrote.
Nice. Okay.
I did read that, but he was in the movie,
and I did not see him. I mean, I'm sure I did, but I didn't know I saw him.
Can you guess what character he played? Because I knew he was in it, so I was looking for him the whole movie, and I'm like, I guess I don't know who he played.
Right. I had heard, and I don't know, but I knew it sounded like George A. Romero and Stephen King were either in it or had something to do with it. And after I watched the movie, I didn't see or notice either of them, and so I just assumed like they wrote or directed it or something.
Romero was the director.
Okay. So King was the writer and Romero was the director?
I believe so. The hillbilly with the alien, with the meteor?
Yeah.
That was Stephen King.
See, I missed that.
I
did. You say that now. And we talked about this morning. I thought that was just a Bill Hader lookalike. And
yeah, I thought it was a Will Ferrell. He looked like Will Ferrell.
But now that you say Stephen King,
I guess I just don't.
I can kind of see, man, he looks so young. I just don't know.
It was 82. 82.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Is when this movie was released. So, I mean, the story with Leslie Nielsen and Ted Danson. That was
messed up.
But
I didn't understand it. Like, what was the Did you hear what the conflict was, or did I just miss it?
Ted Danson. Was messing around with Leslie Nielsen's wife.
Okay, so that other woman that was also up to her neck.
Yeah, that was his wife. That was leaving him for Ted Danson.
Right.
But seeing them two acting beside each other, and really only seeing Leslie Nielsen in comedy roles.
That's what I was thinking. It was so weird.
I'm just taking this as I'm like, this is kind of funny in a way, because Leslie Nielsen's the way he delivers his role and his lines, he's just hilarious. You can't take him seriously.
Right, exactly.
He's so flippant about everything he does.
It was so weird seeing him in I don't know if he was supposed to be serious or what.
Like a serial killer kind of role?
Yeah, like he just snapped psycho antagonist guy, and it's just
at the end he's in the sand, he's like, I can breathe forever.
Yeah, it was that was super interesting.
It was crazy to have those two in that
and how
scene
young
together.
did Ted Danson look, man? Wow.
But that's. But he looked. If you watch him, like my favorite, he's in one of my favorite sitcoms of all time, Becker.
Okay. I never really got super into it. I've seen a couple episodes, I think, way back in the day.
But if you go this way, he looked the same almost the same in this as he looked in most of Cheers.
Right. Well, Cheers wasn't too much later. Cheers was late 80s?
Late 80s.
So this was early 80s. So this might have been 6 or 7 years before Cheers.
Yeah, and then Ed Harris being in that, because I've only seen him in serious roles, where he doesn't smile ever and he's half bald. And this one he's got a bunch of hair.
Yeah, a bunch of hair, and smile. Yeah. He didn't smile a whole lot in this movie.
It was a weird role for him. But I think that's pretty early for him too.
I would definitely suggest people watch it. It was super interesting. And I didn't even mention we talked about the violence. I didn't even mention that at the very end with cockroaches pouring out of bodies, ripping through necks, and I was like, oh, okay.
This movie didn't bother me on a horror side until the cockroaches at the end. And when he has the heart attack in that room, And all of a sudden, I'm just getting shivers thinking about it. When all those cockroaches start popping out of his, like, busting through the skin, I'm like,
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
no,
Yeah, you're just like, oh gosh, no.
please.
It was it was something.
Yeah, that. If I had to rate my like the best and worst of the 5, that'd definitely be bottom of the list.
Yeah.
That I'm like, I don't what is I don't I don't get why that one was even in here.
Right. It was weird. Shock factor because they could just because they could.
Now the guy when they were talking through the door, through the little hole, and they kept putting their mouth up to the actual hole, and they're talking.
Yeah.
Instead of actually talking in the microphone, they put their mouth right up against the hole, and it's like, all right, you guys are cracking me up here.
Oh yeah.
Overall, well done. Since we've been doing some of these older kind of horror slasher movies, I realize how dedicated of a fan base that each of these have. I told the guy at work that I thought Friday the 13th was an absolute horrible dumpster fire of a movie. That's a cult classic. And I thought he was going to rage out on me. Because I called his favorite movie an absolute dumpster fire.
Oh, his favorite? That's hilarious.
He's like, Friday the 13th, that's my favorite movie. That's my favorite series of movies. And I'm like, yeah, we watched Nightmare on Elm Street.
But that was the first. We watched the first one. You know, the first Friday the 13th. So.
And I told him to watch Nightmare on Elm Street. He's like, oh, those are garbage movies. Those suck compared to the Friday the 13th. I'm like, okay, look at, this is these 2 weeks, the first time I'd ever watched these movies. Ever.
Right.
In 2021, I'm watching a 1980s. That movie's bad. Nightmare on Elm Street had a better production quality.
Absolutely.
And he's like, well, Friday the 13th was one of the highest grossing movies of its time. I'm like, yeah, because they spent $10 to make it. You know.
Do I know this guy?
Yeah, we were. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So. Do we go? Okay, so that was CreepShow.
That was CreepShow. Yeah.
I mean, if you're a grown adult or half-grown adult or out of high school, great movie to watch.
It. Yeah, check it out. Just for the fun. It's fun.
It's a good one. What would you like to watch next?
Well, I know that we have each selected 2 movies. The 2 movies that I selected were either The Golden Child, which is found on Netflix, or Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, the Kevin Costner Robin Hood.
Okay, so what was the first one? I'm writing these down.
Okay, the first one was The Golden Child. It's an Eddie Murphy movie from, I think it's from the 80s.
I have that one on my list. And the other one was Robin Hood.
Robin Hood, yep.
Okay, so mine was going to be... Have you ever heard of a movie called The Ghost and Mr. Chicken?
Yes, with Don Knotts. Yes.
And then I was going to do The Frighteners. They're kind of Halloween-y type movies, but
they are Halloween-y.
The Ghost and Mr. Chicken's really not a Halloween movie.
Right.
It's an old 1960s kind of spooky movie.
Right.
I want to say The Ghost and Mr. Chicken. 3 of these 4 movies are on Netflix.
Okay.
We don't have to take an oath to watch most of these movies.
Fantastic. You know, oaths scare me, but I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to take an oath to watch a movie.
Yeah. So,
should we randomize it? You want to throw them in a random number generator and
you want to do that, or do you want me to do it?
Or you do it. You spit it out. I don't care. spit it out. You pick whichever one, or roll a dice, or a die.
Number generator.
Roll a die. Number them 1 through 4, and however you're labeling them, and roll a die. I know you got a 4-sided die over there.
I don't. I have a 6-sided. All right, I'm about to hit enter.
Okay, hit enter. Let's see. What do we got?
Robin Hood.
What is it? Robin Hood. Okay. Do it.
I have ways in different things on my computer to randomize stuff. So,
I wish you should have shared your screen. That's fine. Got this.
I should have. So
It's fine. Okay.
let me find that one on the flicks.
Yeah. So
Let me
this.
verify right now, so we don't have to take an oath on this one.
As of
One of these
2
days-
hours. As of 2 hours ago, it was on Netflix.
It is on Netflix. It's like the second movie in my list.
Okay, fantastic.
I added a bunch of old movies to my list. When I see
Right.
them, I just add them to my list. Have you ever, and this is just a random movie that we might look into later.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of a movie called Awakenings? I've been saving it. It's a 1990 movie with Robin Williams.
Interesting. No, I don't think so.
It's got
I'm intrigued.
Robert De Niro, Robin Williams.
No, yeah, I'm interested.
In 1969, a doctor tests an experimental drug on a man in an unresponsive state who wakens after 30 years and must come to grips with life as an adult.
Interesting. Okay. I would imagine Robin Williams is the person coming to life as
I
trying
would
to
imagine
grip with.
so, but I've never heard of this movie. How is this?
Right, I've never heard of it either.
I saw it on Netflix and added it to my list, and I'm like, I want to watch it, but it's kind of.
We should add that. So now we've got 4. We should just every week do a random number generator. So next week, that'll be part of our 4. We'll randomly generate, and then we'll lose one and add another. So I like it. Okay, so
misspelled in my sheet, but
that's fine.
Fix that later. So
we know what we're talking.
Kevin Costner's Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. 1991.
Yeah.
Really good movie.
Mm.
I already know it is. So there's our movie, Murray.
Our review. Everybody that wanted us to review the CreepShow, you're welcome.
Yeah, and if you don't watch this episode,
yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, don't do it.
Oh, I probably won't do anything. So, anything else?
I don't think so, man. I think we are Gucci.
I was trying to
if they're out there in the crypto world, buy Doge, buy shitcoin.
What was I listening?
If you're on YouTube, subscribe to our show. Give us a thumbs up. Give us a comment.
Yeah.
Like say I was here just for fun.
Hey,
if you
do it,
there's a link where you can leave us a voicemail. So if you've got a microphone, if you're on your phone, click that link. Leave us a voicemail. When we get a voicemail, we will play it and respond to it in our show. So just do it. Leave us a voicemail. Nobody's ever done it before. We've had this link in our description for a couple seasons at least now, and nobody's dared to speak out.
Austin, maybe you need to go and record one to show them how it's done.
Ooh, interesting. Maybe? I don't know. They get enough of my voice. I don't know.
No, we never get enough of your voice, Austin.
This is episode 7. We've got 2 more. We've got 2 more episodes before our live episode. Our live episode, if we're tracking properly, will be in 3 weeks, which means I don't have my calendar pulled up, but it's going to be on. We're going to do it on a Saturday. We've always done them on a Friday, but we
did talk about that last time.
Yeah, this next one is going to be on a Saturday. So I've just got to pull
What
up.
weekend does that fall on?
Yeah, I'm just going to try to. So let's see. The 5th is 8. The 12th is 9. So it'll be the 20th.
So the weekend. Oh, this will actually line up pretty good because normally we take a week off after our live.
Yeah.
And our week off will be Thanksgiving weekend.
Perfect.
So that actually falls perfectly in line with the holidays.
Excellent. So yeah, so we will do our live show on the 20th. So if you want, we should probably because we always do our shows in Discord. So maybe we should jump into our general chat that everybody can join in.
And see if we can get some people to roll in with us.
Yeah, and if anybody wants to jump in, they can just jump into our general chat because that's where we'll be recording on the 20th, and then they can just jump in, surprise us. It'll be just a pop-in, fun, random episode.
I'll talk with some people and see if I can get some guests in.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
See if we can get some world famous.
Let's get some of our fantasy players, some ballers up in here. Maybe they want to jump in.
Heck yeah, let's do this.
So anyway, look out for that on the 20th. Keep that in your notebooks. But other than that, I think we're done, right, man?
That's all I got. So, like, comment, subscribe, and
see you guys.
Deuces.
Later.